My name is Amber Reed, R-E-I-D, birthday 12/27/90. I'm turning 32, but like I'm almost positive my like mental age, like my brain is stuck at 17. I'm actually starving, so okay, yes, I troll. Whatever, Trollin has entered the chat. I'm totally fine with a clickbait title because you guys know I love me a clickbait title. You're not paying attention to your health, you don't care about your health, you don't care about your body, you want to die, etc., etc. You could have ate healthy, you chose not to. Do you really need to go on vacation? You buy health insurance instead. I just don't want to hear it.
No one cares!
Hello again from Germany. In today's video, I would like to talk more about what Amber doesn't seem to get and what she hasn't been able to understand, even though what has happened has been the same or increasingly getting worse for her, and that is the reactions to her words and actions on her channel. And I would like to recap. Now imagine you have a channel, you have a brand new start, and in the beginning she sounded nice enough, you know, she wanted to lose weight. She found it inspiring that other people had YouTube channel on which they talked on about their weight loss journey, and so she did the same thing. But then it became more and more clear that the girl is lacking social skills. But instead of saying, okay, maybe I should go inwards and self-reflect and think, was that bad? Maybe it was bad, like, you know. But since in my books she's a sociopath, she would never do that, never self-reflect, because they don't. And they also make sure that the expression on their faces, since they do not have emotions, matches what they're saying. That is why she cannot take her eyes off Viewfinder. And she hasn't learned to do it in 9 years. And so there were things that she did that were completely off color, but instead of taking them off the internet and self-reflect, she kept them on because she realized, holy smokes, I'm getting buku views on that video. And she was greedy for money because at the same time she was mooching off of other people, and so she saw YouTube as a way of not having to work and still having an income so that she can buy the affection and the time of other people that found her just as repulsive as we do, or a lot of us do. And so over the years, she learned that every time she clickbaits and trolls and lies, she stirs the pot. And that means that a lot of people, you know, started talking about her and speculating on what might be the truth or what is not. And she exploited and monetized everything she possibly could, from showing herself full body, showing herself with greasy hair, dandruff in her hair, pet hair on her shirts, you know. People were commenting negatively on that, and she seemed to like the attention, and so she kept doing it. It's the same with saying things like etc. or moment or both. I can't say it with the L in it, and I don't hear it when she says it, but I trust you guys that she does it. She mispronounces so many words, even though she is an American citizen. It is hilarious. And so every time somebody phrases that she has mispronounced the word, you can bet your bottom dollar on it that she's gonna continue saying it. She has clickbaited and exploited her weight gain, her shopping addiction, and, you know, all the things where people said, we don't want to see that. We don't want to see you hold curtains into the camera and say super cute. You know, we don't want to see that. And so she kept doing it. And when she started with the mukbangs, where she realized, oh my gosh, am I getting buku views on that? That was like a home run for her. That was like, I can continue overeating and at the same time make a lot of money because the feeders are going to watch me. And so she stated several times on her channel that she gets more views on the mukbangs. I don't know if that is correct, but in other videos she stated that she doesn't pay attention to what gets more views. And so it's a little confusing, but not really if you realize she lies all the time. And so you eventually get to a point where it makes no more difference what she says, because you can't take her seriously anymore. But she has used everything she could to stir the pot and to, you know, get the masses going and get the speculation going. And when it got too much for her, or when she went into a depressed phase, then it was too harsh on her, and she called everybody a hater, a fat shamer, a bully, you know, all of that, because even though she had pocketed the money for the videos in which she exploited her weight gain, her physical dimension, her physical dimensions, and her horrible personality, she realized that maybe I should do more to stir the pot. And that's when she came up with stuff like, I'm gonna start this diet. Failed, because she never tried. She never really tried. And if you give yourself a moment and look at her whenever she introduced a new diet or a new way of living, like let's say intermittent fasting or Optivia or Weight Watchers, she had a smirk on her face, stooping delight, because she knew that she wasn't going to put any effort into it. It was just her trying to keep the masses on her channel. That actually worked, and I'm gonna show you here a screenshot of 2019. And I know this is hard to believe if you look at her views now, but look at the screenshot. This is from April 2019. You can see that on the left column is the date. And I took screenshots because she had lost a whole bunch of subscribers due to being really arrogant to her audience. And so here you can see the views that she had, significantly more than she does now. But I'm going to show you an up-to-date screenshot so that you can compare. But look at this. Where the red arrow is pointing, it says $426. That was at the time Social Blade's estimate of how much money she makes. Unfortunately, I didn't copy the last two lines where it said monthly, like, or last 30 days. I don't know why I didn't do that. But you see, $426 is what Social Blade estimated is her daily average. 426 times, let's say 30 days, let's just be generous here, is a total of $12,780. And that was not even the lowest amount she had sitting down here where it says daily averages. Let's look at the views. You see the views, 138,000, 141,000. This is not for one video, this is for the entirety of her videos, but on a daily basis. Like you see the date column on the left, so on the 13th of April in 2019, she had 138,814 views, and so on, right? Now let's look at an up-to-date, actually from today, screenshot from Social Blade. So today's date is the 23rd of January in 2023. And you see that I didn't have to calculate it because I did copy all three lines at the bottom of that statistics. And you see that now she's making $3,000 a month. Look at her views. Look how much they've gone down. And back then she didn't necessarily film that much more. But there was so much drama going on. She was exploiting suicide ideation, an alleged cancer scare, with a story that you could, that healthcare professionals said you could drive a truck through the holes in that story. And so she exploited alleged cancer scare, suicide ideation. She left YouTube only for about 24 hours, but you know, the dramatic goodbye videos. She can't take it no more, and all the negative reactions are too much on her, right? She exploited everything. She shoved a camera in her in Crystal's face, when Crystal had clearly stated several times she doesn't want to be filmed. Also, Amber abused and neglected her pets, and it was documented on her channel. Animal control was sent to her house, and then she did another rant video where she complained about people being so mean to her and sending animal control to her house. She did everything she could to stir the pot for 9 years, and now she's finally at a point where she has no more that she can monetize. She has no more drum that she can beat. That makes people come to her channel. And what she forgot the entire time that she's been on YouTube is that there is only a limited amount of people that would be interested in her content, in her type of content, right? And she must have thought that the flood of new viewers is going to continue, and she's going to be able to just tell them she's a good person and they're going to buy it. And that flood is kind of coming to an end, because look at her views. If you look at her channel right now, you can see that every video, let's say the last one, weight loss surgery, quitting outpatient, ADHD, anxiety and more, got 43,000 views. The next one, 54,000 views, 54,000. It does seem a lot, but if you look at Social Blade, it's not that much anymore. And if you look at the amount of money she used to make and what she makes now, her channel is hurting. And that explains why she is so keen on telling everybody that people out there are being mean to her. They are haters. They treat her wrong. They spin the narrative to where she looks like a bad person, and that is not the case at all. But she gets more and more desperate with each day that goes by, because by now even she has got to realize, holy smokes, my channel is on the downslope. And there are a lot of things that she could be doing to restore the faith in her audience, or, kind of mend the relationship with her audience. But she continues to point the finger at everybody else. Everybody else is to blame. Reaction channels are taking her views away, which is totally not the case. I wonder if it has ever crossed her mind that people are watching reaction channels because the personality of the person running the channel is more likable, more enjoyable than her, screeching into the camera and pretending to be on a weight loss journey, and she never really is. I wonder if that thought ever crossed her mind, if she's really that delusional that she thinks that reaction channels are taking her views away. I'm not sure. And don't get me wrong, Amber can do whatever she wants to do. She can mess up her life. She can eat herself to 700 pounds. It's absolutely none of my business. And I don't really care all that much. I wish she would get, professional help and get things under control. But it surely doesn't look like it right now. But I don't feel like I have the right to tell her how to live her life. She makes her own decisions. And all I do is sit in my little corner here of YouTube, and I express what I think of what she's doing with her life. That is all I'm doing. And I think that if she wants to be the person that she's been portraying on her channel, then she needs to be aware of the fact that a lot of people out here would never be able to be as cruel as she is, have as little social skills as she has, and abuse her body in the way that she has. I mean, imagine what it takes to eat yourself to over 500 pounds, right? How many alarm bells have gone off that you just completely ignored in order to get to that point? Most of us out here love our bodies more than to do that kind of thing to our bodies, right? And then run to the emergency room and exploit that on her channel too, and and she whatever. I don't want to get into what she does on her channel. She can do whatever she wants. I do not harass her. Nobody's forcing her to watch my videos or any reaction channels. And so, she just needs to put up with the reaction she gets because she has made the money by exploiting herself, monetizing her horrific lifestyle, and by dropping any kind of dignity and shooting her credibility and her reputation all to hell just to make that YouTube coin. She got the YouTube coin, and there's no way to take anything back because it's on the internet forever. And so now she has to just man up and deal with what is coming her way. Also, I found it funny because I might just do reactions on the Jerry Springer show. I watched a couple of shows when I was on my staycation for the past 2 weeks, and I found this clip. This was I never watched the Jerry Springer show before, like when it was live on TV. I never did because all the clips that I did see, like when I switched the channel or whatever, it was people beating up on each other, and I didn't see why I should watch that. But I really liked what Jerry had to say here, and I'm gonna play it here for you, and I'm gonna react to it. Give me one moment. Okay, so you can see people sitting there on stage. 2 of them are not even fully dressed. It was a nasty show. I can assure you that. But at the end of the show, Jerry Springer always shared the final thought with the audience. And I really like this one because it almost seems like he made it for Amber. So here we go.
This was a tough show, a lot of anger, and the guests wonder why people get so worked up at them. Well, our show offers folks the opportunity to have their say on national television.
Or in Amber's case, it would be YouTube, the platform YouTube. So YouTube gives her the chance to express her thoughts and feelings and vlog her life, right?
It's the First Amendment in its purest form. But along with that right goes the right of everyone else to respond with their thoughts or beliefs about what they've observed.
Exactly, and that is what reaction channels and viewers in the comments are doing. And so it is a mystery to me how Amber still, unless she's a sociopath, which I think she is, has not gotten to the point where she realized, wait a minute, if I have the right to express myself on my channel, other people have the right to express what they think of what I put on out there. And she has pocketed all the money that she got for every view for all those horrific videos. Not all of them are horrific, of course, but the ones that really get people's blood boiling because either she treated her pets wrong or she treated her spouses wrong. Like Becky was one of the worst. I really suffered with her watching what Amber did to her. And so she pocketed the money for all these videos, and then she just wants for people to shut up. Like, hey, I'm a horrific person. I'm monetizing it and exploiting it on the internet, but everybody just be quiet. If she wanted that, if she just wants to live her a horrific shitstorm of a life in peace, then she needs to get off of YouTube. She cannot be the troll and gaslighting her audience and lying to them and manipulating them and clickbaiting them and pocketing the money from YouTube and then not want a reaction to that. That's absolutely unrealistic.
So they can't be surprised after mouthing off, someone of a differing point of view mouths off as well.
Exactly, right? He very eloquently put it. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't agree with the Jerry Springer show. I think it's horrific what some people do on there. But, it's to get the masses going and to provide the audience with content that is really controversial. And I get it. But some shows I find really funny because people actually don't get how dumb they look on national television and now even international.
Free speech means it's free for everyone, even the audience. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.
Yeah, and so he's absolutely right. Free speech doesn't just apply to Amber, it also applies to us. And so I, for example, don't make videos for her, even though I often address her, but that's only like me saying it into the universe, like into an empty space. I'm just sharing my thoughts because I was told like years ago that it calms people to hear a voice of reason talk about what she's doing and how it doesn't make any sense, and also because it brings me joy to vent a little bit, or to bring a little bit of reason into this whole mess. And yeah, and so that's why I figured I'm gonna make this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your opinion in the comments below. I always appreciate that. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.